2024 was another amazing year for Masterverse. What was first launched as a collector action figure line dedicated to the 2021 Netflix series Masters of the Universe Revelation, and evolved the following years into a vast representation and exploration of many aspects of the Masters of the Universe brand, the world of Masterverse branched out even further this latest year in a pursuit to claim the throne as the best Masters of the Universe 7-inch action figure line, literally and artistically. In 2024, the Masterverse 2.0 packaging with its sharp angular lines and merged with stunning artwork by Simon Eckert raised the retail presence of Masterverse to incredible new heights. Masterverse released their first army builder figures in 2024, unleashing armies of new Eternia Horde troopers and new Eternia Sy-Klone figures across the battlefield. And Masterverse finally pushed through into the realm of action figure playsets this latest year, with an eerie new Skeletor and impressive battery-operated Bone Throne. All in all, Mattel shipped 20 Masterverse figures in 2024. So as we leap forward into 2025 and look forward to another exciting 12 months of Masterverse releases, we would like to take a look back at the year that was and rank the top 10 Masterverse figures of 2024. Now, a quick note before we begin. Out of the 20 Masterverse collectible action figures that shipped in 2024, just like the year before it, I honestly do not believe a single figure released in 2024 was a bad figure, which truly made compiling this top 10 list extremely difficult. So if your favorite figure didn't make our list, it doesn't mean it's considered a bad figure. On the contrary, there's just too many great Masterverse figures to pick from in 2024. And of course, opinions will always differ, but that's okay. So here we go, counting down. Number 10, Mekaneck, New Eternia. It's not a stretch to say that the Masterverse New Eternia Mekaneck is a fantastic figure. With a flexible neck comprised of 5 individual ball-jointed segments, this heroic warrior, known as the human periscope, can actually peer around objects to an extent that Mekaneck fans have never seen before. While we would have loved this Mekaneck to include even more optional neck pieces, so this figure could have literally reached new heights, his other accessories were just as exciting. From his Road Ripper motif shield that can go both on his gauntlet and his back, to his versatile mace that can amazingly double as an articulated periscope, we are definitely not sticking out our neck when we declare Mekaneck a top 10 figure of 2024. Number 9, Keldor Revolution. Ever since the January 2024 release of the Netflix animated series Masters of the Universe Revolution, we have been in love with actor William Shatner's performance as Keldor. And Masterverse did a brilliant job capturing this alter ego of Skeletor in 7-inch plastic. From his soft goods cape, plush collar, and removable crown, to coming with an alternate additional smirking head, a rare inclusion for Masterverse, this excellent sculpted figure successfully captured the powerhouse animation model of King Keldor, which was definitely the real attraction here. While it could have been better with some additional paint tones in the gold of his armor, this figure was still such a wonderful delight to Revolution Keldor fans everywhere, and this figure will never make us feel blue. Number 8, Sy-Klone, New Eternia. The foot soldiers of Skeletor have finally arrived to Masterverse. An underground Snake Mountain dweller to some, a demon from the dimension of Infinita to others, this blue-skinned lackey of Skeletor is a welcome addition to the Masterverse New Eternia subline. Fall in love with the New Eternia Sy-Klone's wonderfully realistic bone paint color that adorns not only his horns and creepy face, but his set of gorgeous accessories, an axe, a spear, and even his dagger too. Or get hypnotized by his beady red eyes and his very cool articulated beak. But what stands out the most with this army builder from hell is the sculpting of Skelkon's tongue. Tiny details which eerily seem to contain all of the tortured souls that the Skelkon consumed. No wonder Skeletor loves these guys, and so do we. Number 7. Sy-Klone, New Eternia. Perhaps what will be received as the most controversial pick on this list, this year's Masterverse New Eternia Sy-Klone, in our opinion, deserved much more accolades than it received. Raising the bar above and beyond its vintage iconic look, this beautifully sculpted figure with its embedded rings and marvelous translucent yellow marbleized like plastic used for his helmet, arms, and legs was jaw-droppingly gorgeous. Equipped with a translucent yellow shield that could be worn on his arm or his back, what really is impressive is the 2 flame effects accessories that can not only be attached to Sy-Klone's arms, but onto his shield as well. And when that shield is mounted on his back, it simulates an updated version of his vintage look. Add a slick optional insertable mask, and it's always clear skies with this figure. Human tornado, more like cool breeze. Number 6. Emperor Hordak, Revolution.
I'd forgotten the stink of this place. It's absolutely wretched.
Who wouldn't want a 7-inch replica of the ruthless leader of the evil horde, especially one masterfully performed by actor Keith David? And this exceptional Masters of the Universe Revolution, Masterverse Emperor Hordak does not disappoint, capturing the evil icon we saw on screen to a T. With his lustrous gunmetal paint on his imposing armor, to his layers upon layers of fabric cape and soft plastic robe, Emperor Hordak looks as regal as he does sinister. His brilliantly sculpted head has red painted eyes that are devilishly piercing, and while this worshiper of technology could have been sculpted with a little more girth, this Hordak still demands your attention, especially when paired with his staff, a spectacular crafted and painted accessory, one that emulates what we saw on screen perfectly. All hail the Emperor. Number 5. Battle Armor Skeletor, New Eternia. For anyone who is tired of the multitude of Skeletors in the Masterverse line, they all immediately changed their mind when it came to this absolutely stunning New Eternia Battle Armor Skeletor. From its brilliant metallic purple painted armor set with hints of black and charcoal, to its spikes and horns launching out of that amazing removable helmet, this Skeletor is dressed to impress. With awesome chainmail to not only protect his loins, but to protect his skull too. If you would ever lose that helmet, Skeletor's head is fantastic. Do you want more jaw-dropping details? Well, Battle Armor Skeletor articulated jaw can actually drop. And with those red beady eyes, it all results in one amazing Skeletor head. While we wish the New Eternia Battle Armor Skeletor had forearm gauntlet armor to balance out his look, we are so thrilled his swappable battle damage chest plate doesn't protrude excessively like it did for Battle Armor He-Man. And add his killer battle axe and sword accessories, and this is the Skeletor we want to lead into battle and lead most of this list. Number 4. Skeletor and Bone Throne, New Eternia. Except for the 2021 Masterverse Revelation Battle Cat, which can be considered a vehicle, Masterverse collectors have not received a vehicle or a playset since launch. That empty feeling finally ended this year with the Masterverse Skeletor and Bone Throne. Sometimes referred to by Mattel as the Havoc Throne, This love seat for one is perfect for the Lord of Destruction and just a joy to behold. Inspired by Skeletor's throne seen in the classic Filmation cartoon He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, while a black wash on the base could have made it look even better, the throne's hard and soft plastic sculpting with its amazing on-point bone paint color is just spectacular. And the same applies to the wonderful soft goods fur on its seating. But what impresses the most is the battery-powered torches. These eerie fires not only flicker like real fire, but the flames can change color from red to green to blue. Dark magic indeed. Now, while we like the new Eternia Skeletor figure that comes with the throne, which is just a repaint and body reuse, except for the Alfredo Alcala inspired head, the primate-like shape of that new head would have prevented this Skeletor figure on its own from breaching the top 10. But the throne itself is the star of the show here, and hopefully a sign to come that more Masterverse playsets are on the way, including the long-awaited Masterverse Castle Grayskull. With that said, you may be seated. Number 3. Evil-Lyn, New Eternia. These next 3 figures have all jockeyed for the number 1 spot and are all worthy of the top spot on this list. It was definitely a struggle to put them in a final order, but here we go. This gorgeous Masterverse New Eternia rendition of the Evil Warrior Goddess is arguably the best Evil-Lyn figure ever made. From her wonderfully ornate sculpted helmet and armor set, adorned with wonderful rivets, patterns, and skulls, spectacularly painted in stunning shades of metallic blues and silvers, this Evil-Lyn is just a visual splendor. And her head sculpt and paint application is equally magnificent, evoking, intentionally or not, the classic ladies of our past, especially actress Sophia Loren. We don't know what else to say about this figure other than we are truly hypnotized by it. Now we can't wait to see what New Eternia has in store for Teela. Number 2. Snout Spout, New Eternia. How many fantasy IPs can boast that they have a firefighter among their cast of characters? Not many. And how many of those same characters have been ridiculed by so many, only to see it later transformed into one of the most badass action figures ever made? Only one, and you're looking at him. The New Eternia Snout Spout shines in the articulation department, not just within his body, but even within his head. Articulated ears, Snout Spout has them. Articulated tusks, Snout Spout's got them. Plus 5 points of articulation in his massive trunk that is sure to impress the most jaded of critics. Sure, in a perfect world, we would have loved double-jointed elbows on this firefighter, but even Snout Spout's water gauge regulator is articulated. With a water pack to check his levels, Snout Spout blows us away with his versatility of his flexible hoses. Want to keep his axe from melting? Attach a hose to the bottom of the handle and feed in water to keep it cool. There are just so many cool configurations to choose from. Equipped with a hard-hitting battle axe, a blue water effect that attaches to his spout, and a gorgeous diorama, and this Snout Spout reigns supreme over every Snout Spout action figure that came before it. Well done, Mattel. Number 1. Mer-Man, New Eternia. When the wave that carried the Masterverse New Eternia Mer-Man figure crashed onto the beaches of action figure collectors everywhere, the result was incredibly impressive. It was a tidal wave of brilliance truly deserving of the name Masterverse. Starting with Mer-Man's detailing, this fantastic action figure has one of the most magnificent paint applications on a $23 action figure we have ever seen. From the amazing green copper patina effect on his ankles, waist, and body armor, which simulates what happens to copper when it reacts with oxygen, to his amazing layered loincloth and beautiful blue opal, what stunned us the most was Mer-Man's magnificent airbrushing on his forearms and ears. The results were stunning, a blended fusion of a beautiful progression of colors. And this traitorous trout can no doubt do the backstroke too, because equipped with drop-down hips and double-jointed elbows, Mer-Man comes with fantastic range of movement. And the accessories. In addition to a set of webbed hands, the new Eternia Mer-Man comes with a terrific spear and a gorgeously ornate gemstone sword that can be either wielded or clipped to his back. But the piece de resistance, the eye-catching centerpiece to this amazing Mer-Man figure, is his stunning eyes. Using glass eye technology, a first for Masterverse, the eyes of the Mer-Man not only look hauntingly alive and aquatic, but the evil warrior's pupils can follow a collector's gaze around the room from most any perspective. We just adore this creative optical illusion, and it is just an amazing example of Mattel going the extra mile on an already amazing figure. And that is why Mer-Man made a huge splash this latest year and is deserving to be hailed as the master of Masterverse for 2024. So that's it. What is your top 10 list of Masterverse figures for 2024? Let us know in the comments below and stick around all year long as we see what kind of figures this new year will bring. Yep, we can't wait to see what Mattel has in store for Masterverse fans in 2025. We'll see you next time.